I haven't got... Oh, fuck. That's a little bit embarrassing. Unbelievably, I'm beerless. Hold on. I need to go and get 3 beers to form the tripod upon which the lantern will stand. Wait. Just give me a few seconds to get 3 beers. Oh, fuck. That's bad. Hold on. Here's... Hold on. 1, 2, 3. You don't... That doesn't really work, does it? I can't get a hand in there. How do I get the third one out? Here we go. There we go. Whoa. Okay. Have I got one to drink? I don't even think I've got one to drink. Do I need a fourth? I think I need a fourth. No, I think I've got ones to drink. I think so. Oh, these are ice cold. Hold on, folks. Hold on. God, they're cold. The fridge is set to -15. Oh, ouch. Just holding them is cold. Hold on. Here we go. We have the 3. I haven't even got that. Hold on. It's the black one, isn't it? This one plugs in. It plugs into here, into a USB-A socket. Other way up. And I can't see it. Really? Even with the light? There we go. With the light right here. Now, it's the center of the 3 on the octopus cable. It's the center cable. It's that one. And oh, I've turned it down before I got there. Hold on. Top, medium. We typically have it on medium. We have it there. Okay. We're 3 minutes in. And I sorted out the lighting. And I set the stream to start half an hour late because I wasn't happy just being awake. I needed more. Oh, it's all a fuck up. Basically, folks, I do apologize. The whole thing is a giant fuck up. My friend Tom came around today, and he brought this bottle. He came around mid-afternoon, and this bottle is rum. Tom came around on a motorbike, and he brought rum and Pepsi, rum and cola, basically. And obviously, he was limited what he could have because he was driving. Now, when I pour a measure, that is double my normal measure. I was pouring to his rules when I just poured this. When Tom pours a measure, it's a lot more than my measure. But Tom was pouring rum and Coke. Well, it was rum and Pepsi. Pepsi with a dash of lime, I think it was. But you get the idea. if I said that's double what I would have poured, actually that's triple or quadruple maybe what I would normally pour. But what can when you're under someone else's rules, folks? When you're under someone else's rules, my mate Tom got back in the country just over a week ago, and he had a friend come visit him, and him and his friend were going to come visit, but the friend got distracted, so they never came. Hey, babe. Hey, Daddy. That's not right. That's not right. You can't block that. You can't block me entirely. No. Hey, no. You're being naughty. That's not how it works. No, come on. You come to me, Tina. You come up to me. Come up to me. Peoples can't. I don't think the peoples can see you. The viewers can't see you just now. I know that you're here. Let's have a look, folks. See whether I can do this. You can't see her, can you? See here? That's my hand on top of her head. Oh, you saw her hair. I have to turn it around. I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go not lighting. That's the wrong fucking option. Flash. Flash is the one. Here she is. I don't think I can zoom out. Here's Tina girl. Hey, babe. Say hello to the peoples. Hey, come on. I had to postpone by half an hour already just so that we could be here, and you're not even participating. Tina. Hey. Oi, buggerlugs. Oi, buggerlugs. You're not even helping. I'm trying to make us look like we're best friends and it's all online and we're all good. And you're making me pull rank. Hey. It's me and my girl. Sorry, folks. She's usually a lot more compliant. Not complacent. Compliant, I think is the word. But she is today. She's just been a buggerlugs. Hey, babe. Hey, you're laying with your chin on my leg. Chin on leg is nice. I like that. It's just not the best for the people that are watching on the interwebs. Hey? Hey? It's okay. Daddy's got his girl. And his girl's okay. It just doesn't necessarily translate best to film. Okay, folks, there's Tina girl. One way or another. Alright, back to me. Hold on. Oh God, hold on. Let me try and pick the bones out of that one. Go laundryma. Is there two different words there? Perhaps L? Go laundryma or go laundryma? Mate, you need to put some capital letters in there and let me know where. There's got to be a break. Go laundryma. Says, hey Mike. And DFB81 says, hi. Well, hi to you too. Yeah, I went live a little late tonight. God, mate, I woke up at like 9:30 and I thought, am I in a position to go live at 10? And I just thought, fuck it, no, I'm not in the mood. So I put it back half an hour. Then I took her ladyship for a walk about 10 minutes before we were going to go live. And she said, fuck no. She wasn't in the mood. It's all a little bit whoa, a little bit way. But mainly, I'm gonna blame my mate Tom. Tina, Uncle Tom, Uncle Tom. Let's Tina, Uncle Tom. He's not here now. He was here earlier, wasn't he? Uncle Tom was here earlier. He's the one that brought the rum and the cola. Let me explain, guys. I ran out of booze, and I thought I'm gonna need some booze to go live tonight. So I wanted to go across to the Chino Bazaar. He's been awake. That's not the right word. He's been open the last since Easter. He's been open, and so in between Christmas and Easter, on a Sunday he's been closed. But once we got to Easter, he was open. So he was open Easter. He was open last week. Is that it? Are we just 2 weeks away from Easter? I think we are. Anyway, I assumed he'd be open today and I'd be able to buy some beer. No, he wasn't. So I thought, fuck it. All right. Around the corner, 15 minutes away, is an Aldi. I'll go walk 15. I'll leave Tina here. I'll go 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, and 10 minutes in the shop, whatever. I got it. No, closed. For what? It's the first Sunday I'm aware of that they've been closed since that particular new store opened. I thought they were going to be open every day on a every Sunday. I don't know if it's a specific holiday. I don't know if it's we were only going to be open on Sundays for the first year. I don't know what it is. They're not open. So I went to the fucking garage over the road and I asked the lady in there, ¿Tienes cerveza en paqueta? So they've got loads in the fridge. You've got individual cans cold in the fridge. But that's not what I was after. I said, have you got beer in a packet? Have you got a case of beer? ¿Tienes cerveza en un paqueta? And she said, sí, and she pointed some at me. €12 for 12 cans. €1 per fucking can. Oh, fuck. I think the Chino Bazaar's expensive. He wants €5 for a 12-pack. This bitch wanted €12 for a 12-pack. And I paid it. And then, right, if my mate Tom would come, then Tom arrives and he brings a bottle of rum. And he says, we'll have a couple of rums each, and I'm going to leave the bottle with you. I had no need at all to buy the fucking beer. I could have just drunk rum all day. What do you... give us a thumbs up. If you've ever been caught in one of these situations where you've made a choice to buy something and then somebody undermines the entire premise of the purchase. I had no reason to buy that beer whatsoever. If Tom had turned up an hour earlier. What do you do? She is actually the lady in the she is lovely. We've met her before. She stroked Tina when we've just been walking past and things. they come across to the bins and stuff when we've walked past and once or twice I think I've been and bought a gas bottle up there, and she's been the person that's the member of staff there. And I've got to do that now again, haven't I? I have, thanks to you guys, I now have the money to buy gas. The other day I was explaining that my gas bottle had run out and I was kind of dead in the water. And 2 or 3 of you stepped up and gave me donations, and I've had to, so the money goes to PayPal. Then I have to ask a friend to move the money from PayPal onto a prepaid debit card. It's not even in my name. The card is not in my name. It's not my card. It's someone else's card. But they put the money on the card and they say, here, use the card. So I'm gonna tomorrow probably. I'm gonna get gas, propane. Somebody went the other day. I think I was talking about gas, and I think someone of an American persuasion. Gas means something different, doesn't it? They use gas to mean a liquid. We use gas to mean to mean gas. Although I guess it is actually technically liquid propane gas. It is condensed into a liquid. But yeah, I don't mean, when I say gas, I don't mean petrol. I mean, when I say gas, I mean, yeah, propane. Hey, Tina. Hey, babe. You're not reacting. You sleep. Oh, she's gone to sleep, folks. Let's have a look. Oh, she just looked up. Oh, you're a bugger. You're a bugger. Hold on. Let me do the flash thing. Let me show you. It's a Tina. Hey, babe. Tina? Tina? You're on camera. Tina? No. She's got no interest in you folks. That's the beauty of Tina. She does what she wants, not what I want or you want. Hey, babe. Hey. Oh. No? You're not reacting to that either. This, folks, some people get annoyed when they see this is where a parent, this is where the mum will pick up a doggy. This is where they will bite them at the back of the neck to pick them up and carry them around. This is not a it's not something dogs hate. This is a comforting thing for dogs, just to be grabbed back here. Hey, babe. You can't see from here. Can you see her? It says Tina. It's upside down from where you're looking at it. It's set at the minute. It's set for someone who's looking from here. Tina. It says Tina. No. Hey. Oi. Leave the peoples alone. Leave the people alone. Tina's okay. Okay, folks. Thumbs ups are always welcome if you haven't already. I'm gonna turn it back to me. I feel like I haven't been on camera enough this episode. It's all been Tina. I'm gonna move. Hold on. I got this, this is my original eco floor. This is the first eco floor. I've got this in the way. This is charging the lamp And no, it's not charging the phone. It's got the cable to charge the phone. I disconnected it so that I could show you Tina. Just give me a second. I'm going to plug that back in so it gets power. Otherwise, oh, whoops. Oops, it says you're live. I did it wrong. I got it wrong. Okay, folks, I am here. Despite all of the accidents, despite the drinks being wrong. What was this? This is rum and coke, isn't it? I think rum and coke. Yeah, Ron. So that's rum. Ron Dominicano. So that's rum from the Dominican Republic. Rum. What shall we do with the drunken sailor and all that? I did. Look at it. I put way too much cola in there. My rum and coke, my cup runneth over. Almost. I've got a beer here waiting. I've got a beer here that I've only started. I don't have gas yet, so no coffee tonight. I have not got coffee. That my two-handed, my double-fisted drinking is beer and rum. What about my hater? My hater that was going to come down and beat me up. He's still not been. I haven't had a cover. I haven't had a. First thing you learn when you learn boxing: cover your head. Block the head. Cover the head. He was going to come down. He was going to beat me up. He was going to throw me into the sea. Oh wow! What a gay boy. He's not been. Open invitation. Anybody, anywhere, ever wants to come and have a fight, I will fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. This guy's not been. He's trying to make a channel. He's trying to make a channel focusing just on me and calling me names. He's gay. He's gay as fuck. The gay boy hasn't been and had a fight with me. Come and have the fight. Let's dance. Look at me. Look at me. Without the glasses even, if you want. Look at me. Any man, anywhere, I will fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. I meet a lot of people who say, oh, I do mixed martial arts. I'm a this, I'm a that. Yeah, of course you are. Yeah. How many fights have you had? Tell me about the fights you've had. I've stepped into the ring. I didn't just train boxing. I've stepped into the ring and done the boxing. Hello, Oscar. As you call yourself. I've done the business. I didn't just train. I've stepped in the ring. Now, for me, it was Marquis of Queensberry. I've had a few beatings where I did, back in the 80s, I stepped in a ring in Singapore with a little man with bare feet who kicked shit out of me because I was trying Marquis of Queensberry and he wasn't. He was throwing feats and shit. We didn't call it mixed martial arts back then. It was just called kickboxing. But yeah, I've, you know, I had my ass handed to me that day. I had a bunch of guys around me who cheered as I lost, as friends do. It's very, very funny actually, but it was very, very funny. But to my hater who wants to come down here and threatens to throw me off the cliffs and into the sea, the same guy who said that I was in the middle of being deported because I didn't do a live stream on a Sunday 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's not someone that you want to be listening to, folks. One of us has a bit of honesty about them. One of us has stepped in the ring and has stood mano a mano against other people. And one just says words online. One of us says that I've been deported. And clearly I haven't been. You're going to believe me? You're going to believe him. Come on down here, you fucking puff. No offense to my friends that are actual homosexuals. I do have some friends that are actual homosexuals. I mean puff in a derogatory, not standing up for yourself, not being true to yourself kind of manner. You take a cock up your ass, that's between you and the guy with the cock. That's none of my business. I cast no aspersions. Probably not, anyway. Well, maybe a little bit, but no, it's a manly thing versus a not manly man. I know some gays that are the most fucking sturdy, rock solid blokes you'd ever meet. They call themselves bears. I respect bears. Camp, I have a little bit more difficulty with. And people who say things about me and then don't follow through. Yeah, you're just fucking woofers. Either come and have the fight or don't have the fight, but shut the fuck up. Okay. Here endeth the lecture. All right, folks. So it's a Sunday night, isn't it? Already. And I've started late because again, I didn't get that nap. I didn't get that rest before the stream began. It's that same thing. I'm thinking of putting the stream back to 11 o'clock. I don't really know what else to do. 10:30 was like an in-betweeny meanie. It's not good, it's not bad. It was bleh. I don't know what to do, folks. I don't know what to do. Yeah. Now somewhere around these parts there should be a tablet, and I don't even know where here's the tablet. Somewhere on here, probably I've got the notes for the week. I haven't summarized them. I don't know what's happened this last week. Let me look at my notes app. Where does it live? It lives here. Here's my notes app. And and even that didn't work. Okay. I gotta scroll back. What day? Thursday, Monday. Okay, I will refer to that at some point. Let me try and tell you about the overarching, what do I think this week has been? It's been boring, it's been quiet. I've had minimal visits until I had Tom today and Anthony, my friend Anthony, came halfway through the week. Anthony was here in Torrevieja, but then him and his family were going to visit, I think, his sister in a different town. So they fucked off, and I won't see him again until middle of next week. So Anthony came by, brought me a 12-pack of beer. I'm always appreciative of a 12-pack. We chatted, Anthony and his brother. I don't remember Anthony's brother's name. I'm bad with names, folks. When I meet people for the first time, I'm really, really bad with names. Anthony and his brother came. Oh, Karina. Karina. Karina is a lady. If you were here with me about 3 years ago, little old lady came down the road dragging a trolley, and on the back of it was like a 20-kilogram bag of dog food. That was Karina 3 years ago. Well, Karina was just back here. She's been 2 or 3 times in between, but she was just here. I have to be a little bit. There's another lady who looks awfully like her, and in my head, I kind of mix them up. You got this little white-haired little old lady. But she came. I don't know. Was it yesterday or the day before? The days all merged together. And I got there's a bag of, she just brought a bag of food. She's flying back. She will by now have flown back to I think Sweden, she said. And she brought me, there was like a frozen lasagna, a few bread buns, a tin of this and a bag of that, and I don't even know, everything that's in there. But thank you, Karina. I always remember Karina. There's a song, isn't there? And I always think, is it Elvis or is it not Elvis? Karina, Karina, Karina. I love her so. It's a bloke who, I think he's got a girlfriend of his own, and then he meets his girlfriend's friend. Karina. Karina, Karina. Yeah. But I remember her name, and I remember bringing this trundling. If you can imagine, little old lady pulling a trolley down this road, and this road, it's not a road; it's a rough track. All of the rocks and the crap in the way, and and when she gets here, it's it's a bag. It's like a 16 or 18 or 20 kilograms of dog food. I'll always remember that. I'll always respect that. I will. I'll remember that forever. You've no idea. Before that, we had a really bad winter. I was taking Tina around the different cat sanctuaries, and we were robbing. Tina was eating the cat food. We didn't have food for Tina, and so I was taking her around the cat sanctuaries, and she was. I'd only let her have one or two mouthfuls, and then we'd move on to a different one, and then a different one. We'd walk miles. It's not like we just went there and we emptied a cat sanctuary. I let her have 2 or 3 minutes to eat some food, and then we'd move on. But yeah. And then a lady from the cat sanctuary told us all about how they had an allowance of food for homeless people for their dogs and cats and things. And she was going to get me some food. And I was supposed to meet her the day after, and she never turned up. Yeah. It was like, be here tomorrow and I'll give you some dog food. And I was here tomorrow and she wasn't. I guess things happen. Life interrupts, life interjects. It's not that I have an automatic right to any of this shit. It's I don't get to demand that people donate to me. I've got to say as well, I've got to thank the people from Friday night. Wow, I have never had such a successful begging spree. Yeah, that sounds wrong. You know that I post the links. I haven't done it tonight, but the link to the PayPal donate button, PayPal donate link. 3 people donated on Friday, and then Saturday morning, my friend Sven, who sends me money every month, stepped in and sent me some as well. I went from not having any money in my PayPal account to suddenly having way more than I needed. So to the people that donated, thank you. I can't begin to express my I can begin to express my gratitude. I don't think I can sufficiently express my gratitude. But to you guys, the guys and gals, it's not exclusively. I think my audience is mainly male, but not exclusively. And I think the donations actually were mainly from the female side of things. Rose, if you're out there. Guys, if you've seen Rose gives me a huge ego stroke. Rose tells me that I don't know, gorgeous, beautiful. I don't know how she thinks that she thinks that I'm God's gift. Clearly she's mad or on drugs or alcohol or something. But she's the first person in my life that tells me I'm good looking. And I gotta say, God love you. Thank you. See, I know that I'm not really. I know that I'm not. But thank you. It is an ego boost. It is an ego stroke. Yeah, I don't know, folks. Let me grab a drink. It is rum and cola. It's not Coke per se, but it is. It's a cola. And cheers to Tom, who came around today. I don't know if he'll catch this. He doesn't watch my My live streams that go on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, he's not. He'll watch a video for kind of one of my 5 or 10 minute videos. He won't watch. He won't watch a 3, 4, 5 hour video. He might catch a little piece of one every now and again. But yeah. I'm gonna scroll. So I didn't get this Elgolondrima. I'm trying to pass that. Perhaps the L is like Spanish. Golondrima. I don't know. But hello, and DFB81. We met a few times. Tommy Tombstone. Good evening, everybody. Busy tonight. Maybe catch the end when I reach my hotel. Oh, UK Richie, the real UK Richie, not the badly spelt one. Hi, Mike, Tina, and chat. Just stopping by to say hello. I have an early start in the morning, so can't stay for long. That's okay, my friend. No obligations. I always say this. There's no obligation. Hannah's one of the ones who donated on Friday. I'm going to say thank you very much, Hannah. Good evening, Mike and Tina. Let me... in case you weren't here when I did show her, she's fast. Well, I'm not going to say she's fast asleep, but she is laid down. Hold on. I got lighting, but I don't have... Where's... No. Hold on. One of the options is... oh, maybe I haven't... Okay, I've not turned it around. One of the options is flash there, like that, look. So that you get some lighting. Hey, babe. Tina? Hey. No, that's your bum. Hold on. You're under here. Oh, this is your head. Hold on. I went the wrong direction, darling. I went to your bum. People didn't want to see your bum. Tina, girl. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. You're not going to show people. You're not going to show people your... She's... Here she's down here. But she's not going to... She's fast asleep. Let me pull the covers back over you, like you wanted. Okay. She's going underground. She's going underground, folks. That's my girl. Let me... I know. I'm the less beautiful of the two of us. I'm not the most photogenic of the pair. But I'm all that you've got. Oh, now you're stirring. Oh, you wouldn't come to the fore for the people. But you're... Oh, shit. Okay. Dog. You would not believe the trouble that I've put up with this one over the years. Oh, more recent is getting more extreme, to be honest. I'll be honest, it's getting quite... It's getting quite strenuous. All I will say is that her body's been deteriorating. Her back legs, other parts of her body. Now it's the front legs that are going, and also if I just say the bowels and bladder are not. They're not necessarily under her control anymore. She's in my bed. Waking up in your bed with a dog turd. It's probably not what you want. But actually, that's easier to handle because most of hers are really, really firm. So you just pick them up, put them in a bag, and fuck them off out. The pee is not. That's with you for the day or two. The pee is not as easy to handle. She's not. She doesn't own her body anymore. There's a deterioration that I've documented from way back. Love her to bits, but it's not always easy to handle. Yeah. So I try and get up. So I will try and walk her. Just to give you an idea, I'll try and walk her 8 o'clock at night, midnight, and then 4 in the morning and 8 in the morning. That's what I try to do. But I'm human, and sometimes I'm not awake at midnight, or I've fallen asleep before 4 in the morning, and we don't get out at those times. And it's a case of trying to do the right thing. And even if I do the right thing, sometimes she doesn't do the right thing. Sometimes it doesn't coincide with when I'm trying to take her out at 4 in the morning, and she might have pissed the bed at 3 in the morning. And it's... What do you do? What do you do? How do you do? When do you do? And sometimes I get angry with her. And then afterwards, I'm not happy with myself because I got angry with her. You have to understand it's not her fault. But I need her to at least fucking try and play ball with me. She has to at least try and accommodate me. Or at least I feel that she has to try and accommodate me. So I get angry with her. And then I'm not happy with myself for having got angry with her. It's all the things, folks. It's all the things. It's all... You've got all the stuff that's right, you got all the stuff that's wrong. I think I'm a nice guy, but then I'm getting angry with my dog because she's pissed or shit the bed or whatever. I try to be the nice guy. I'm just not always a nice guy. And acknowledging that you're not always a nice guy. I mean, there's quite a revelation. Am I the bad guy? Yeah, sometimes I am. I get very, very angry sometimes. Very angry. I've always had... I see this... When we were talking about the guy who wants to fight, the guy who says he's going to push me off the cliffs and do what... I have a fucking inner rage that I can call upon on demand. I have an inner rage You know the Incredible Hulk, the 1970s TV series, when he says to the reporter, "Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry." It's exactly the wrong quote. Don't make me angry. I don't like me when I've been angry. That's the one. When you can look back and say afterwards, "Oh fuck, I wish I'd not got that angry." I don't like me when I've been that angry. That's far more scary than "you won't like me when I'm angry." You not liking me after I've been fucking angry, nobody gives a fuck about that. But if I don't like me after I've been angry, that's when you've got to fucking run. That's when you don't want to have been around me. If I don't like me afterwards, that's a whole fucking shed load more angry. That just is. That's a lot more. That's a lot more. I don't care. You may or may not like the fact I've been angry. But if I don't like where I went when I was angry, I've probably done something fucking 20 times worse than whatever you might have imagined. Don't make me angry. I don't like where I go when I'm angry. I will rip your fucking head off, shit down your neck, rip your arms off and smack you around with the fucking soggy end. That. I have a great anger within, and it takes. I go to great lengths to restrain that anger, but when it comes out, it comes out. And then I make no apologies for it, because if you got me that angry, that's on you, not on me. Let me just get this. There's a little fucking fly here that just needs. Oh, it jumped just as I went to squash it against the lamp. Okay. Okay. I can do that thing. But to my friend Tom, who brought the rum, let me. How much rum have I got left? I've got about. I would call it a quarter bottle, maybe. No, I think it's more. Maybe a third of a bottle. My friend Tom, who brought that today. That's unusual. Usually Tom will bring just beer, cans of beer. Was there something weird today? Okay, for people who are here in Spain. After Easter, so Christmas to Easter, the Chino Bazaar doesn't open on a Sunday. But once you hit Easter, it does. And then we're 2 or 3 weeks after Easter now, yeah? Yesterday I thought to myself, should I buy some beer? No, I can get it tomorrow at the bazaar, at the Chino Bazaar. It was shut. I thought, oh, it's okay. I'll go and do a proper shopping trip at Aldi. Potatoes, onions, carrots, celery, leeks, and a tray of beer, maybe. Got there. This place has been open every Sunday for the past year. Literally every Sunday for the past year. I got there today. Closed. I'm thinking, is this a specific holiday? Is this a Father's Day, a Mother's Day? What is? No, today's nothing. But a shop that's been open literally every Sunday for the past year, today, no. So I go and buy some beer in the garage, the petrol station, gas station, if you must. And I got a proper brand. So instead of being the €5 for the cheapo, I expect it to be about €7 or €8 because it's a proper brand. €12. €12. It's about, I expected it to be more expensive than I would normally buy, and then it was even more, it's a third more even than that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Because I knew I was going to go live tonight. I wanted to have a beer because I literally, I do need a lubricant for the throat. I know it sounds, I know what it sounds like, but I do have to have a drink. If I'm going to talk for 3, 4, 5 hours, folks, I do need to have a lubricant for the throat. Anyway, I buy that, and then within an hour, Tom comes around and he brings a bottle of fucking rum. And he says, I'm not an Indian giver. I don't go to someone's house, bring a bottle of rum, and I'm not going to take the bottle of rum away with me when I leave. So we had half of it while he was here. And then when he left the rest with me, and I put it in the fridge, and yeah, cheers, Tom. Thank you, my friend. And not just for this particular gift, but everything else, all the time, every time. I don't think I acknowledge Tom enough. For the 6 months of the year that he's in the country, folks, Tom comes around usually on a Friday, and he'll bring either a bit of fish and chips or something that he's had on the way, or some other, like a chicken, but he'll get a rotisserie chicken and bring half of it to me in the afternoon. So he'll go to the Friday market and get the rotisserie chickens, and then either just bring that to me, or go home, make a meal with that chicken, and bring me that. You might to my friend Tom. Cheers, Tom. Tina's uncle Tom. He is Tina's uncle Tom. Man, when her body worked, she would drag herself out of the tent with the front paws. The back legs don't work, but she would drag herself around to meet him, just with her front paws. She hasn't. See, this is how I know that things are deteriorating. She hasn't got that strength anymore. She can't even get out of the tent. She needs me to pick the back end up so that she can. She's mad keen to get around to meet him, She needs me to lift the back end up now. She does not have that front strength anymore. It just doesn't work that way. Hey babe. Hey babe. Talking about you and Uncle Tom. Yeah. She acknowledges when I say Uncle Tom. She acknowledges him, but she can't get up and move around the way she used to. In a few weeks, 3 maybe 4 weeks, we're waiting on my friend Ismo from Finland coming over. Ismo Finlandia. Are you out there, my friend? I don't know if you're out there and maybe you're just hovering over the keyboard and not saying hello. But my friend Ismo, I met Ismo just after I got Tina. So I arrived here in the February of 1 year. I got Tina in the early December of that same year. And Ismo and a bunch of his friends were over here on holiday the January or February shortly thereafter. And because they're Finnish, they were jumping in the pool and doing all the things. They weren't waiting. The Spanish think that you can't get in the water. There's a water park. It doesn't open until fucking July. The English would be there from March onwards, would be my guess. Some even earlier. But the Spanish don't get it. They don't understand that the English would be there even earlier. But I met this bunch of guys that were over. Ismo and 3 or 4 of his friends. I met them in the park at a bar in, I'm going to say February, but I could be corrected either to January or to March. Yeah, either way, plus or minus. And Tina just loves him so much. Just the mention of Uncle Ismo, and her head will poke up if she's not asleep. At the minute she's asleep, so she's not reacting, which is good. But if I just mention Uncle Ismo, oh man, she'll be up and around and away. I think it helps that he always has like a pocket full of doggy treats. It's that. It's the treats. It is the treat. It's not. Well, the things merge, don't they? The thing in the doggy's mind. He always has treats, so she always loved that. But she loves that, and therefore she loves him. She hears his name, and she makes the connection. And so now I can say Uncle Ismo through the day, and she's up and looking around. Even if I'm saying Uncle Ismo's on the phone, he's on the phone. He's in Finland. He's above the Arctic Circle. He's driving around and taking people to skiing holidays and things. No, not to her. I say Uncle Ismo, and she's there. Whoa, she's there. That's my girl. That's my girl. Hey, babe. Yeah, has to be. Hold on. I'm scrolling. I was looking at Tommy Tombstone. Good evening, everybody. Busy tonight. Maybe catch the end when I reach my hotel. UK Richie, who was one of the big donors last week. Thank you, my friend. Tina and chat. Hi, Mike, Tina and chat. Just stopping by to say hello. I have an early start in the morning, so can't stay for long. There's Hannah. Hannah was one of the other ones that donated last week. You're all the donors are all arriving at once. Good evening, Mike and Tina. And good evening, Hannah. And thank you very, very, very much, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Haven't had rum for years. I like it, but it always ends badly for me. Um, I'm not a big spirit drinker. I'm not a big. I like beer. And I don't mind wine. Wine is a favorite. Spirits. If I do spirits, things can go wrong. Um, it doesn't help that I have a kind of a semi-violent nature. I have the fighting. Um, well, I haven't even got the word. The fighting. I'm a fighter. Yeah. Um, so spirits. I love brandy. I like a good whiskey. I love brandy is my favorite tipple. Vodka I can drink, but it's not really a favorite. But I have a capacity for violence. I do. I know it. I'm aware of it. I acknowledge it. If someone really, really annoys me at like 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna fucking look to smack them. There's no. I haven't got another. I haven't got another mode. I'm not gonna be tolerant. So that will stem mainly from spirits. If I'm just like drinking a beer at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, I'm not going outside to hit anybody. Probably not. I can't make like fucking guarantees, but I'm probably not going out to hit anybody. But if I'm on whiskey or vodka or whatever, um, I'm far I'm far more likely to be like, fucking let's go. Um, Nothing that I've just said means that they didn't deserve it. Okay? It's not me being ultra violent, extremely violent. It's not me initiating violence. It's it's other people. If you've lived in the world and you know that other people are the fucking problem. You're not the problem. Other people are the fucking problem. And every now and again, other people are going to get their fucking comeuppance. Your mileage may vary. You may come to the conclusion that I'm the problem. And I'll fight you if that's what you think. It's a thing. Some people don't like me, and some people think that I am the problem, and some people will go the other way. This was why I've not been able to hit 1,700 subscribers for the last 2 or 3 months. I was on 16.99, it fell to 16.95, it fell to 16.92. We're now up to 16.95 or 6 again. At some point we may, who knows, at some point we may hit 1,700. But if we don't, I don't give a fuck. If you don't like me, or if you think that I'm the problem, yeah, no, that's okay. You're allowed your viewpoint. I will give you the grace of allowing you your viewpoint. Please allow me the good grace of having my viewpoint. That's all I ask. I'm not, you know, I'm not far left, I'm not far right. I have an opinion somewhere in the middle. I express my opinion, and I will piss off everybody. For example, this week, I expressed the fact that in general, I agree with a lot of Trump's policies. And I also expressed the fact that Trump's statement that tonight we will wipe out a civilization was fucking right out there fucking craziness. Why did he even say that? He implied that while he likes Iran, he was going to wipe Iran out. And then at the end, he said, God bless Iran. Now, if he'd said, tonight we're going to wipe out what's the word, like a government, we're going to wipe out a group. But to say you're going to wipe out a civilization? What the fuck? So I walk this line where I like a guy, a party, a political group, and then I can say about the same group that, whoa, that was fucking crazy. You can't say that. I argue with both sides. The left hear me say I like Trump. But then they hear me say, I think the guy's crazy for what he just said. And suddenly they like me. And it's that. The right hear me say I like Trump. And they like me. Then they hear me say, but that was fucking crazy. How dare you say that? And now they dislike me. So both sides like me and then dislike me. And it's... I don't know what else you can say. Guy be crazy. If I said bitch be crazy, if it was a lady that had said something, bitch be crazy, you'd probably all agree. But it's a guy, and he's... Half the things he says I agree with. Half the things he says I think are fucking not just bad, but radically bad. And how do you steer a straight line through that? Is there a straight line that you can steer through that? He's probably the closest we've come to having a US president nuke another country. And I'm aware of the Cuban Missile Crisis in 62/63. This, I think, is closer. When a president says, we're going to wipe out a civilization, he didn't say a regime. If he'd said, we're going to wipe out a regime tonight, I would have said, yeah, go for it. But when you say we're going to wipe out a civilization, and it's the cradle of civilization, we can argue about whether biblical times would have been Iran, Iraq, somewhere over there, civilization started 5,000-6,000 years ago. It did. It just did. That's like an absolute fact. Civilization began Iran, Iraq. The whole, the when, where, why, those lines on maps didn't exist back then, but it's there. It's there. That is civilization. Civilization, so humanity existed before that. Civilization is when you started cities and you started recording history. When you started trade, the whole bringing people together to trade, market towns, market cities, that's civilization. The city offered protection, but took it, let's say, a tax, you know, you pay us 10%, we make sure you don't get robbed, we have a police force, we have a whatever, that. There's no real doubt that was the beginning of civilization. That there's no real argument otherwise. Now you can argue, was it Iran, was it Iraq? Blah blah blah. I don't give a flying fuck. Maybe one was first, maybe the other was a few years later. I don't give a that doesn't fucking matter. That's not even a thing. That's not even an argument. Civilization began with markets, with people cooperating, collaborating, and recording. The recording's a big part of it. If you don't have written note of it, did it happen? And I guess this is where the Bible comes into things, isn't it? You annotate, you notate, you record, you say that this happened and that happened, and if it's written, it's gospel. Is it gospel? People say it's gospel, at least, because they say it's gospel. It's in the gospel, therefore it's the gospel truth. And if you've been here before, you'll know that I am a little bit suspicious of some things, just because you write it down doesn't. I mean, it adds veracity, it adds truthfulness to it. It implies the fact that it's a contemporaneous notes of things that happened. So the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, is it? Them's your 4 New Testament Gospels, maybe. The fact that none of them agree with each other is kind of a bit weird. The fact that Jesus being in a stable and all that is only one of the 4. Jesus getting up on a Sunday morning one day, rolling out a boulder and appearing in a garden in Gethsemane, was it? It's only in one of the books. I should hold my tongue because I'm not. I'm not a big believer. Now, when we're talking about religion, I have to be careful because I'm not anti-religion. I think religion has added a lot to the world. I think religion offers a direction. It offers a thought process. It's not a thought process that I personally adhere to and stick to. As I would describe, I'm heathen scum. I'm not religious. But I'm grateful for the fact that the society I grew up in is of a Christian backdrop, a Christian. I don't even know how to kind of carry this line of thought forward. I'm glad that we're not of descent of other religions that I don't agree with. Let me get more specific. If society that I grew up with was of a Jewish persuasion, I think I could survive that. Islam. Islam and me would not get on. Now I have friends that I had friends. When I say were, I'm talking about history. I'm not saying that they've changed or that I've changed. I just mean years ago, I had friends that were Muslim. All my expectations, they still are Muslim. I've had friends that were Muslim. I don't think me and Muslim or me and Islam get on. I would not expect. Does this mean that I don't like my friends? I don't think so. I certainly wouldn't be converting, and I'm not trying to convert them, but we would certainly have a different outlook on that whole thing. To my understanding, Islam seems very intolerant of other religions. All of the other religions accept that you can have other views and that you can have other religions and you do you. It's basically what all the other religions do. Islam doesn't say you do you. It says put them to the knife, they're infidels, let's fucking get rid of them. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. In my I'm willing to be told you've misunderstood it, you've been told it wrong, you're reading it wrong, whatever. But as far as I understand it, my current understanding of Islam is it basically says, if you're not a Muslim, put him to death. That's just not very friendly, is it? I don't know what you want me to say other than that. As a totally irreligious person, that is still something up with which I will not put. I can listen to all the other religions. You can be a Sikh, you can be a Hindu, you can be a... I have no idea what other kind of Buddha you might be. I see, I can be as racist as that. But all the religions, most of them say, you do you, bud. You do you. That's not what Islam says. Islam says, you do you, and we'll chop your head off. It's not the same. These things are not... This is not a spot the difference contest. This is not hiding in plain... You know, well, I guess it's hiding in plain sight. It's right there. Jose and Peter, but how is the weather? It's starting to get very, very warm through the day now. We are on the cusp of summer. Yeah. I sat out talking with Tom today, and the sun was blazing hot. I've got a brolly, a sunshade that a lady bought me a couple of years ago. I think it's a couple of years ago. And then I've got one that just turned up one night. I came out and it was just lying in the path in the camp. Someone had just thrown it this way. I used it once, I think, with Joby a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, we're gonna have to start when I'm sitting outside talking with my friends. We are gonna have to start putting out the sombria, I think is the word. Yeah, sombria, the sunshade, the big. In English, we would say parasol. We would say parasol because we thought that was like French or Spanish for parasol for sun. But in Spanish, they don't know what parasol means. Sombria, big shade. Oh, yeah. Let me scroll. So that was Hannah. I think that's as far as I got. Haven't had rum for years. I like it, but it ends badly for me. I think it ends badly for me as well, mate. So I'll drink a little bit more. Tom also left this ridiculous little glass. I don't know what that is. Is that a half pint? It looks even smaller than a half pint to me, but a quarter of a litre maybe. I don't know. Tommy Tombstone, haven't donated for a long time, Diamantina. The travelling and a pending court case in May. I'd like to help with some beers, garbanzos, beans, okay, doggy treats when I can resume. Mate, Tommy Tombstone, absolutely no requirement, no. I always say to everybody, only if you've got it to spare, and if you want to, and you have to have all three. If you've got the money but don't want to, if you've got the money and it's not to spare, you know, sometimes you have other requirements for the money. Sometimes you just don't have the money to begin with. No problem at all, my friend. There's no requirement. There's no demand. If one person in 100, one person in 1,000 can spare 5 or 10 euros, I will survive. Must be Sunday, says Roger DJ Son. It is indeed, my friend. It is indeed Sunday. Or was. Is it still? Hold on. What time is it? It's after midnight. It's Monday now. It is actually Monday now. But only just. Smithy, evening, Mike and Tina. Good evening. And Zami, hello, my friend. Josie, hello there. You look a bit tired also. So tonight or this evening, I slept and I didn't want to wake up. I had an alarm set. The alarm woke me up to tell me that in half an hour you're supposed to go live. And I'd not even created the stream at that point. So I created the stream and I set it for half an hour later than normal. So instead of 10, I set it for 10:30. Gave myself an extra half an hour. And I was still so tired I didn't really want to go live. I almost didn't do it. Yeah, no, it's a thing. Tom brought you cola. Yeah, and rum. He brought a bottle of rum and he brought 2 cans of Pepsi. Pepsi Cola with lime, I think it was. Yeah. Mr. S, quickly dropping a like before I'm off to bed. God, you guys, you haven't got any stayers amongst you. Can you still read the messages over here? Hold on, messages. Yeah, I can read the messages. I was just in a bit of a rant and wasn't looking, Josie. I am here. I can see your messages. The Josie Trust, yeah. Josie, we're there in 2 weeks. You're coming out, and about the same time, I think my friend Ismo's over probably the same time, plus or minus a week. I'm not exactly sure. Forbidden by international law, said DFB81. Not sure what's forbidden. Probably me. It's probably me and my fighting talk earlier when how is the weather there? It is getting warmer. It is noticeable each day. We are in that phase where day by day it's getting warmer and warmer and warmer. I'm opening the tent earlier. I'm allowing the air to circulate. I haven't put the fan on. I do have an electric fan that will use power. I was I was talking to the dog. earlier today. And I said probably within the next 2 weeks, within the next week or two, I will end up having to put the fan on. In order to do so, I have to build the base. The base is made out of 2 cross pieces of metal held together, and then the pole sits and connects, and it's all broken. I will probably have to do something with tape and wiring and fixing all that together. But to then have a fan rotate and move air around and blow air into the bedroom where it doesn't get, yeah, yeah. I imagine I've got to do that. I was saying to Tina, literally, I was saying within the next week or two, I'll have to do that. DFB81 posts Marshall. Why would you do that? Explain. Josie says, I have a problem with PayPal and they can't help me on the moment. Stupid online service. Yeah, online stuff. Technology is great until it's not. If you grow up with something that's what you know, then all the other stuff is strange for you. So it's just what you're used to. Yeah. When you're used to something, you're used to something, and it's, yeah. When it's not, it's not. Yeah, nice. Just 2 weeks and we're there. So we bring you duct tape. I have tape. I have got tape at the minute. I'm okay for duct tape. For fastening the base of the lamp together. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I've got what I need. I just haven't needed it yet. So the lamp, not lamp, the fan is in 3 or 4 pieces over there. When I first got it, it was 2 pieces of metal. There was a metal plate with some screws in, and I think the screws all worked loose and fell apart when I didn't really notice. And yeah. But if I can put the 2 bases, if I can put those in across each other, and then stand the pole, yeah. Yeah, I just had to take action against somebody there. Somebody said something that I don't like, and I've just had to temporary timeout. I don't know why they said what they said, but I'm not putting up with it. Fuck you. You can come back another day as long as you're nice, but if you're not nice, I will fuck you off entirely. But for now, you're not here today. Okay, folks. I'm gonna get my the fuck. I'm gonna get my pad. Where is my? There's the phone plugged in. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I thought it's plugged. It's not even plugged in. Is it? Hold on. Let me have a look at my. Where are you for power? Only 31%. That's no good. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Turns out that my... Stop it! Fuck off. Turns out that my... what do you call it? My pad here isn't as charged as I thought it would be, should be, could be. I do need to go for a wee myself as well, though. I'm going to plug that in. Yeah, I'm going to wait in here for a plink there. I'm going to go for a wee. I know it's only been an hour and a bit, hour and a half. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back with you. Try not to leave me. I know some of you will, but try not to. I'll be back momentarily. You can hear me, folks, yeah? I'm just trying to maneuver Tina. My Tina, darling. Hey. Oi. It's okay. It's okay. You're okay. It's okay. Oh, you're underneath. Now you're underneath. No. Tina. Hey. Hey. It's okay, babe. Daddy's got his girl. I just got to move my girl around a bit because that's how things are. Okay, folks, I don't believe, right, we're an hour and 45 minutes in. I don't believe I even did the channel introduction. So if you give me a minute, I'm just gonna wash my hands. Oh, because I got a cookery video coming out this morning. Probably, yeah. So I did a curry video earlier in the week, and later in the week I've done a chili video. I cooked chili. This is a tramp in a field, and this feeds back into the intro to the channel for anyone who's wondering what's going on. I am a tramp living in a field. Oh, so we'll do the intro. The channel is Delta Mike, down and out in Torrevieja. Delta Mike, that's me. It's not really, it's a made-up name. Really? Nobody's called Delta? Really? You didn't know that people are not really called Delta? Delta Mike. Down and out in Torrevieja. Down and out. Homeless, a tramp, a hobo, a vagrant, an indigent person, a person of no fixed abode. Some might say a bum, someone who lives rough, perhaps sleeping on the streets, or in my case, in a field. And the last couple of years in a field in a tent, but it wasn't always thus. Absolutely was not always thus. I slept for a large while just with a bedroll, and then I built a shack out of 6 broom handles. 6 broom handles and a tarpaulin. The videos are out there, folks. Video number 1. Oh, man. Video number 2 is even better. I made my first ever video introducing myself and saying, "Hey, here I am making a it's a chicken flavored stew." There was no actual chicken. I didn't have meat, but I made a stew, chicken flavored. And then that night, the roof of my tent came through. And when you watch the next day's video, there's a big fuck off hole in the roof, which I then had to repair. And we had 10 more days of thunder and lightning. And I had to not just repair, but I had to try and make a repair that was good enough to survive 10 days of thunder, lightning, and the rainstorms, you know. Yeah. Whoa, steady. That wasn't me. I didn't touch anything. It moved on its own. Yeah. The channel's history from that moment forwards. From a guy living in a field with nothing to the guy that I am today with 2 big solar panels, 2 eco flows, different electronic devices of one type or another. It's been a ride. It's been a wild ride. And it's all down to you guys. It's all down to the donations. It's all down to the help that I've had from friendly people. Friends. I would say friends. I would call each and every one of you that has donated your friends. Now we can discuss parasocial relationships but to my mind, someone who goes out of their way to send me money to help me in real life is a real life friend. It's not a parasocial thing. It's a more connected than that. And I thank each and every one of you. Whether you send me money via PayPal, via the internet here, or the lady that brought me food yesterday, she's leaving the country. She brought me food. This is a lady who brought me a bag of dog food a couple, 2, maybe 3 years ago. Karina. Yeah. It's a real connection. It's not imaginary. I know people talk about parasocial relationships like they're just something in the head. It's just something in the mind of the other guy, of the person who gives. You're giving money to some millionaire who. Uh, it's not that. It's not that. I'm not some millionaire YouTuber and that you're stupidly giving money to and boosting my millions. I'm a normal person who's struggling to get by, and I appreciate every pound, dollar, euro that you send me. Each and every pound, each and every dollar, each and every euro, each and every person. Now, Friday night was incredible for me because I got 3 donations during the live stream, and then shortly after it finished, my friend Sven, who sends me money pretty much every month, his contribution came through that next morning. And I've asked him, why does he send me money every month? And his answer is, he almost ended up homeless once himself. So for him, that's enough to then every month onwards, for a couple of years now, he sent me an amount each and every month. He did miss a few, but he found out he'd missed a few, and he said, "Oh, I didn't mean to miss those," and he sent them in a lump sum to make up for the fact that he'd missed. I didn't bat an eye that he'd missed. I just figured, hey, his circumstances were such that he couldn't do it regularly. Turned out, no, he could have, but something went wrong with his banking thing, and it didn't work the way he thought. Sven, hello, my friend. Thank you. And everyone who sends me anything on a regular, all my regular donors, even the semi-regular, like UK Richie is not a fixed thing, but he sent me a lot of money over the last year or so. Thank you to all of the repeat donors, whether it's regular or irregular. I can't express. I can't. I don't have the words. I don't have the vocabulary to express my thanks. Thank you. I hope that covers it. It seems inadequate somehow, but to each and every one of you, Thank you, thank you, thank you. So inadequate. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to, I don't know what else to do or to say. Josie says if everything goes well, by September they'll be living in Spain permanently. I hope everything goes well for you and Peter. 10 minutes drive from Orwell, yeah. I'm going to look to the house in Raquero, Levante. I've got no that I don't know what that is, but okay. Shall we bring you duct tape to join the base of the fan together? Yeah, I think I've got enough duct tape to glue to affix the various parts together. I've got enough to give it a go at least. Okay. I got beer here, and I've got the next beer waiting. So let me drink beer. That's not a plea that I normally need to make. Let me drink beer. Normally, beer is a given. Today drinking beer is an extra. That's unusual. All right, folks. Let me look. I haven't got a summary. Last Sunday, I'd made a summary of what the week had got, of what the week had had. Here we're going. We got the end of last week's summary. Okay. Hold on. Excuse me. A lot of this week is just wake up, walk the dog, point some solar panels. Listen to or watch some videos. And that's my week. Most days. So Monday woke up after last night's 5 hour. I did a 5 hour TrampCast last Sunday. I woke up, I set up the panels, and here's what I found. Here's what I found. Because the sun is moving further around to the east every day, we're actually getting like more shade in the morning from different trees and bushes and so as the sun's moving around and getting up earlier, we're actually having to wait longer until we get sun on the solar panels. It's a little bit perverse if you get what I'm saying. It's yeah, it's becoming a noticeable thing that we have to wait longer to get the solar because of the shadows in the morning. So Monday morning, I put some chickpeas out to soak, and obviously, people who cook with dried chickpeas know you need to put them out really overnight. You need overnight. 1 hour, 2 hours isn't enough. But I didn't. Sunday night. If you were here last week, Sunday night was really quite violent with the weather and everything. So I could only put the chickpeas out in the morning to soak, and we only got an hour. Yeah. But I wanted to cook. I wanted to make a curry. So after they'd been soaking for an hour, I tried to put them on the heat. I tried to put them on the stove for an hour. That didn't work. That didn't work. It just wasn't, it was too blowy, it just wasn't nice enough, the weather wasn't good enough. And then turns out my gas ran out. Yeah. I had no gas. It's been a thing. So I don't even know how much, to this day, I don't know how much the gas is at the minute. The gas is always a movable feast whenever you, so I only have to go to the petrol station at the top of the road to swap the bottle, empty, swap an empty for a full and pay like 25 or 23, sometimes 22. I don't even know how much it is right now. And obviously, anything gas related, petroleum related, is up in the air. So no, I don't even know how much that is. I was in the garage today for only the second time ever. I was in the garage today, but I wasn't asking about gas. I was buying beer, and I was paying fuck tons of money. Um, I'm almost, I'm embarrassed to say how much I spent there. I think I've said it already, actually. I think we've already done this, but I paid €1 per can for a 12 pack of beer instead of €5 for a 12 pack. I paid extra. And then Tom arrived and made it all irrelevant because he brought rum. He brought lots of rum. If I'd known he was going to bring rum, I wouldn't have needed to buy the beer. If I could have just known. Fuck, if I could have just known. Anyway, a week ago, similar thing. Similar thing. Chickpeas to soak, blah blah. Cook rice separately or in the leaning towards one. Yeah. EcoFlow 7% head start. So the idea is to soak chickpeas, then cook chickpeas, then transfer to slow cooker and just put them in with like a curry and stew everything all together. Broccoli, cauliflower, broccoli, and onions was the main thing I was trying to cook. That's what I had. The cauliflower and broccoli were starting to go off. They needed using like there and then. So that's what I chopped up with some onions, and I was going to put them in the slow cooker. Yeah, clouded over. Didn't get to finish cooking it that day. Should have, would have, kind of could have, but it just didn't happen. And then I was about to cook it all through, and my phone ran out of disk space. Here's the thing. Videoing at 1080p. Wow, it takes the gigabytes. Let's say that you make a one over the course of a day. You make like a 1 hour video. That's going to be 8 or 9 gigabytes of data in the different clips. You edit the clips together and you make and you tell it to make a video to upload to YouTube. That's going to take another 8 or 9 gigabytes. Suddenly, let's say your 10 gigabyte video is now 20 gigabytes. That's a big chunk off a phone. Your phone doesn't like that. And it's going to take half a day to upload because gigabytes are gigabytes. It's a thing. It's big. Yeah. No, that was not great. That was not great. Let's carry on. What else happened? So this is all Monday, making a video and making some food. Monday into Tuesday, actually, because, yeah, we were into Tuesday by the time that finished. Ran out of disk space halfway through. Had to transfer a load of stuff to an external hard drive. An on-the-go cable, folks. I've talked in the past about on-the-go cables. Please get an on-the-go cable and on-the-go adapter. It allows you so much flexibility from your phone. You don't think you need it? One day you're going to need to transfer files from your phone to a hard drive, to a laptop, to a pen drive, to a whatever drive. One day you're going to have to do it. Get the cable now. Get the adapter on the go, OTG. Just walk into wherever it is that you might buy. In Spain, it's a Chino bazaar. Walking and just say, OTG cable, por favor. OTG cable, please. And let them point you to it. 5, 6, €7. But now you can attach an external keyboard, an external mouse. You can an external hard drive, a pen drive, thumb drive, all of the above. That. Please. Do yourself a favor. Do that. You don't know you need an OTG cable until you need an OTG cable. And the moment you need it, you're going to want to have it because you need it. It's, you know, I mean, that sounds like a tautology and probably is. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. So anyway, I ran out of disk space and so couldn't carry on filming. I had no disk space. I came inside and I moved 30, 40, 50 megabytes, not megabytes, gigabytes of data across, freed up some space, and then I could get on with things and carry on with doing the doing. I ate a bowl full of curry. My cauliflower. So this was after one day of cooking. One day of cooking. The cauliflower was still a little bit al dente, a little bit too hard on the teeth, and the chickpeas were very, very definitely undercooked. They were not just a little bit al dente. They were uncooked. Um, but my curry overall was gorgeous. It's the best curry I'd ever tasted outside of an Indian restaurant. Absolutely amazing. Turns out, guys, I can cook. Except the chickpeas needed a bit longer. And the cauliflower, maybe. Into Tuesday. My eco-flows were all rather low on power overnight. 43% for one and 11% for the other. We really needed the sun to come out, and it did. It did. We got everything going. Within minutes, 8:20. This is really early in the morning, 20 past 8. 50 watts on one of the panels. And the other one was a little bit behind because I had a little bit of shade. It takes longer to get going. But yeah. about 9:30 I was able to turn my fridge on. If you don't know, I will cool my fridge down to the maximum. I like set it to like minus 15 degrees. It never actually gets there. All night long, I don't use power on it. I don't charge it. I just leave it closed most of the time. And the next morning, it will climb from like -2 up to like +4 degrees. It's a little bit above where you want a fridge to be, but only just. And then we've got power again in the morning, and we can cool it back down again. It's a thing. Not bad, guys. Let me just put this in context. Tramp in a field with a camping fridge freezer, with solar panels, with an EcoFlow, with two EcoFlow rivers, EcoFlow River 2 and EcoFlow River 3. Yeah, I'm so lucky. So lucky. Look, is it luck? I don't think it's luck. It was all my decisions. It was my decisions that led us here. So when I spend too much on beer one week, or I spend too much on shopping, or I take the rough with the smooth. When I do things wrong, it's on me. But when I do things right, and overall, I have massively done things right. I'm a tramp in a field who takes donations. I don't beg, but I will accept donations. And I don't piss them against the wall. I'm not a druggie, I'm not an alkie, I'm not a psycho who's wasting money elsewhere. But if I can take that spare money and buy an EcoFlow, if I can buy solar panel. My solar panel broke a few weeks ago, about 2 months ago. Got blown over in the wind, landed face down and smashed to shit, and didn't work the same after. And I've now bought replacements. I bought 2 for the same money. So that solar panel was €85 2 years ago, and I've now, for the same money, I bought, that was 100 watts solar panel. I've now got 2 times 100 2 times 100 watts solar panels for the same money. For the same €85, we went out again and got 2. I'm incredibly lucky, and I don't know how to express my gratitude. If I was religious, I would say thank God and do all of that. Prostate on, but I'm not that guy. I'm not religious in that way. But I am grateful. I'm grateful to you guys. It's you guys that send me the money. It's the donations from you, or from people here in the field. Like some people give me the money in hand, or food, or other things that allow me to get by. My friend Karen and her family, who bring me so much, they bring me water. Without water, I'd be dead. I wouldn't be here. I'd be having to buy it in supermarkets. No. Just, I guess what I'm trying to say is just thank you, everybody. Everyone who helps. Whether it's cash, whether it's donations to the PayPal account, whether it's cash here in real life, whether it's food or water or other practical things here in reality. Thank you. I'm not your life. I think we just had a disconnect. I'm not religious, so it's difficult for me to know how to express. Let me scroll. There's a couple of comments. I'm gonna. Josie says it's a 10-minute drive from Orwell, the place you're looking at. Okay. If everything goes well, we're gonna live there in Spain by September. That's excellent. I'm happy for you, Josie and Peter. Then I can bring and donate. You don't have to. I'm off. Some friends of Peter came in to have a last drink before bed. Okay. That was Josie leaving. Plato's pupil. Okay. How come they can legalize literally anyone, over 500,000 people so far, who can prove they were here since before December last year? Surely you're entitled to government help, my man. Or do you not? Okay. They went to great lengths to give me a criminal record. The mayor sent the head of welfare here to check on me, and he came here, demanded papers, and when I didn't have papers, he got the police, and then they prosecuted me for not showing ID and this new thing that they're doing, where they're letting everyone who's here and working and can prove they're looking after themselves. So here are the steps. These people are here and working illegally, but can prove they're working and can support themselves because they're working, and they don't have a criminal record. Despite being here illegally, these people can prove that they're here and haven't got a criminal record. They're giving them a pass. The police made sure I had a criminal record. They prosecuted me. And so that option is off limits for me. If that's what it looks like you're asking about, that new process that they're bringing in Spain to legitimize migrant workers. I don't work here, never have worked here, and don't class therefore as a migrant worker. But I also now have a criminal record because their police are a bunch of bastards. Yeah. So I think that's what you're asking, Plato's pupil. I'm trying. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle was Plato's pupil. So are you Aristotle? Or are you, I don't know, I don't quite get your name. I don't know where you're going with the name. If you're not Aristotle, you should have just called yourself Aristotle if you were Plato's pupil. Plato's pupil. But there I'm probably showing more knowledge than I is right, clever dude. Yeah, you see, I know SPA, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. That's the order of the three philosophers. Aristotle. Oh, the name Aristotle was taken. Okay, someone else had already grabbed Aristotle, so you went with that. Fair enough. I'm going to say cheers, but I've just just, poured a bunch of beer and missed my mouth. What the fuck? Hey, I had a toilet accident the other day. You know, so having a pouring beer into your mouth accident um is it's less embarrassing than the toiletry accident that I had. Listen, if you're of any age, you've shit yourself at some point. You might deny it, you might claim not, but we all know that we've all done it. You've eaten something and you suddenly got a real gastric thing and you farted and it turned out not to be a fart. We've all done it. Life happens. Oh, life's happened to us all. Now, folks, there's only 6 of you. Where is there's nobody here tonight. I am on the this is room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught official life. That's a 5 pour. That's relatively, by modern standards, a pour of 5 is relatively brief. That's a small pour. Although to me, that looks huge. Actually, I was complaining when Tom was here earlier and he was pouring them about that size. I was saying I'd never seen anything like it. When I pour shorts, they're about a third or a quarter of that. But I can go rum and cola. Oh, that's too much. That's a lot. I have drowned it, folks. I'm not even going to be able to tell there's any actual rum in there. Hold on. That's not fastening. No. Go back. Go back. Go back. Oh, there. Okay, we got it. I got it. You see? We got it. I got it. I fastened it. Look, you saw that we were about here with the rum, and I've put way too much cola into that. Where did I get to with my telling of the week? Did bars in Spain, hold on, did bars in Spain 6 to 7 is standard? Oh, the counting, no. Oh my God, no. 12, 10 and 12. I got friends. Well, no, she's dead now. Gin and tonic. They would count 12 while pouring. You get this big goldfish bowl of a glass. It's a fucking goldfish bowl. They would count they would count 12 with the gin, and then add the tonic, and yeah, no, just wow. 12 is not a count of 10, 12, or even 15 is not unheard of in Spain when they're pouring the spirits. 12 is a fair measure. Yeah, it's a beautiful measure. That's now I'm a beer when I was out, I don't drink spirits out. Very, very rarely anyway. But yeah, no, the lady friend that had that I lived with for a few months, in between being made homeless, like illegally kicked out of my apartment, between that and actually living homeless, like in a field, I stayed with a friend, and yeah, no, she when she was out, she would get like the 12th count for yeah, for spirits. I got another friend, my friend Staffan. Staffan. I used to go to Staffan's. My friend Staffan did things very differently. Man. He would put whiskey in a mug and he wasn't counting. He just filled the fucking mug. Like if you'd not if the mug wasn't 3/4 full, he'd not poured you a good measure. Stuff. I've got to go on Facebook or somewhere. I've got to reach out and find. I've got to go find my friend Staffan. He came to meet me one day in the field. He met a bunch of my friends, and he was drunk before he arrived. And when he left, he was very, very drunk. And apparently, we got him a taxi and got him home. When he got out of the taxi, though, he went around the building and he fell over in the garden. And he laid in the garden until the next morning. He'd broken his hip. And he'd not just broken it a little bit. So you got this. So your hip is like a ball and socket joint. He broke the socket in 5. He shattered it into lots and lots and lots of pieces. When we asked him, "Have you been to the hospital? Are you all right?" He said, "Yeah, I'm okay." He'd not had it looked at. 6 months later, when it wasn't like repairing, and we were all wondering what was happening, then he told us that he'd not actually been to the hospital. He ended up having to go back to Sweden to get it looked after. And while he was there, his dad died. And then there was something with his brother. And I've lost touch with him shortly thereafter. I need to reach out to my mate Stefan. Apparently, he was actually a Stefan once upon a time. But he changed his name to differentiate himself from someone else in the same region. There was another Stefan in the same area. So he became... Sorry, there was another Stefan in the same area. So he became Stefan. I think that's right. I think I'm reporting that the right way around. I'm going to have to go and look up my mate Stefan. Tina, do you remember Uncle Stefan? Oh, she's asleep. She's not responding. But I think she would. She would remember if we saw him. Oh, this is years and years. This is 7, 8, 9 years ago, something like that. Tina's Uncle Stefan. Tempest fugit, folks. Tempest fugit. Time flies. Time flies by when you're the driver on a train. And you stand on the footplate there and back again. Brian Cant, Play Away, and Camberwick Green, etc. Camberwick Green. Time flies by when you're the driver on a train. Da, 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 there and back again. Under bridges, over bridges to our destination. Time flies by when you're the driver of a train. My singing is exactly why I don't do singing. Sorry, I don't sing. It's not a thing. Okay, folks, I was in the process of recounting the past week's events. Where did I get to? Monday or Tuesday? I was talking about cooking. It was Monday, I was cooking. Eventually I finished a curry video and ate a bowl full myself. Okay. and then had a nap with my Tina doggy darling. Oh, and then I woke up a couple of hours later and chased the sun. I had to move solar panels over the field to try and top up the devices. Okay. But I wasn't worried because the next day was supposedly going to be 100% sunshine. This is into Wednesday morning, apparently. Oh, my Labara phone. Fuck. I cannot tell you how annoyed. Labara will not accept my credit card. So in order to pay €15 for my phone package, I have to do it through PayPal. Costs me €18 plus a PayPal charge. Basically €19. It cost me the best part of €20 to pay €15 into fucking Labara. Not for much longer, it fucking doesn't. I'm not doing this forever. Into Wednesday, and this is when my friend Anthony, just after lunch, Anthony and his brother arrive on site. Anthony was so I was expecting Anthony over Easter, and he never turned up. It didn't happen. Easter was really early this year, and I think that messed up their plans. So Anthony, for anyone who's not followed the plot entirely, one day last year, Anthony's wife just in the garden, like putting the washing out on the washing line or whatever, and her body just gives way. She just has like a I think a stroke or something similar. She just cabbages out on the floor, and her son, their son, notices and comes out. If he'd not, she might have died there and then. But he notices and comes and gets her and gets the ambulances and does the things. I think Anthony was away. I think so. Anthony does markets. He goes to the markets and sells like leather goods and bits and pieces. Anthony did Tina's collar. Tina's collar is embossed with the word Tina, and it's got all the fastenings and the bits. So that's my friend Anthony. He does that's his. So he travels around county markets and things in Ireland. But while he's away, his wife, she's in the garden. She's putting the washing out, and shit goes bad, and yeah. Yeah, so Anthony comes. He visits me the other day. They're over here. They didn't get here for Easter. That they're a little bit behind, I guess, because Easter just wasn't at the right time. They're here now. So Anthony's here. He's got his brother here. He brought his brother, whose name I'm sorry I don't remember. But they came and they visited, and it's always nice to be visited by friends. He brought me a 12-pack of beer. Case of beer is always appreciated. Now that I've got the freezer as well, I mean it's even more so. But he used to do that anyway. Yeah. but they weren't here. They weren't here for Easter, but the meeting. They were going to another town the day after. I think it was. Um his wife's sister. I think it is. I think it's his wife's sister has a thing going on, and they were going there to meet, and they're going to come back and we'll meet again. I think this next week before they all go home. Yeah, yeah. So it's been a quiet week, but I have had a few visits. Like I said, my friend Tom came. I don't think he came at the beginning of this week. I think he was in the end of last week, but then he's come today. My friend Tom came. I've said about the rum. That's my friend Tom. Anthony came earlier in the week, and we had some beers. There hasn't been much else. Most of my week has been managing solar panels and managing solar panels and managing dogs. I think so. I think that's a good way of summarizing it. Managing dogs, managing solar panels. It's been a fairly quiet. Other than that, it's been a quiet week. There's not really a lot to report. I don't think. I don't think. I've cooked food. I did a couple of food. One of the food videos is yet to go out. I haven't done the chili video. That's going to go out probably tomorrow morning. The curry, they're the same video. They're the same video. If you've watched one, I made a curry. So it's some vegetables, it's some milk, it's some tomato, and it's some spices. And the chili, it's pretty much the same vegetables. It's some milk and some tomatoes. It did have some beans, and but then it's the spices. The beans and the different spices, and a tin of beans. That's the difference between a curry and a chili. I don't think it's that big a deal, is it? He says there's a non-cook. Folks, I don't know if you know, I'm a tramp in a field. It brings various limitations with it, and limitations about money, limitations about vegetables, limitations about what you cook, how you cook, and what your views on cooking are. There's a lot of chef wankery out there that I'm not a fan of. Now, I love the guys from like Fallow. Fallow is a restaurant in London, and the guys are borderline Michelin chefs. They're not quite. They haven't got the Michelin star yet. They will get it. There's no doubt they will get it. But the chef wankery that goes around some of these things. Mashed potato being so wet you could drink it through a fucking straw. That's chef wankery. I've got no. Tramp in a fucking field. I'm not making mashed potatoes that will. If you put a fork in there, it drops through the fork. I'm not that. No, I'm not. No. fuck off. Just no. That's not happening. Chef Wankery. It's not happening. That's not, I'm not that guy. I'm just not that guy. I could pretend, even though I'm a tramp in the field, I could pretend, I could put lots and lots and lots of butter in my mashed potatoes, and I could make it be just, no, it's not him. Before I was a tramp in a field cooking, I'm from Barnsley in Yorkshire. If you know anything about Yorkshire and Barnsley, we tell it how it is, we do it how it is. We're just not that poncy. That's chef wankeriness. And I will tell you that chef wankeriness in your comments on your video, and just don't be a chef wanker. It is what it is. I am what I am. I say the words. I say all the words. If you've been here before, you may have heard me say the N-word. Not the N-word. The actual, I say it. I don't call people it. I'm not that guy. But when I'm talking about words, I don't like to have my words monitored, censored. If we're talking about the word nigger, I'm going to say the word nigger. I'm not going to call anybody that. I would never do that. Almost never. Did once. But that's a different story. He had to be here. He deserved it. But I use the words because I refuse to be censored when talking about the words. It's not a word I use myself. But if we want to talk about whether I can say the word nigger or not, then I'm going to say the word nigger. That's just to not be able to say nigger in the context of discussing words, I find abhorrent. If I can't say the words in discussing words, not calling someone it, I would not, I wouldn't do that. Unless you got me really, really angry. But I just feel the necessity to use the words in talking about the words. Otherwise, they're not words, no? If I have to come up with some pretext, if I have to come up with a code, if I have to say it's a ginger anagram, it's not. That's not what it is. I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the word and whether or not we can use the word, whether or not we should be able to use the word. There's an abstraction. There's an abstraction away from. See, I got banned on Twitter the other day talking about meatballs. You know the ones? Do you know the meatballs? They're Midlands. They're rather plain, actually. I mean, what gets me is they're not even a particularly they're not a particularly great example of a meatball. They're not. I'm talking about faggots. You see, I use the words. Now, for anyone who's not from England, a faggot is just it's a rather plain Midlands meatball. They're not, it's not like they're shockingly peppery or they're a little bit bland, to be honest. They're not great. They're not great. Faggots are not great. Now, am I adding an extra layer of by saying faggots are not great? If I was rah faggots are marvelous, maybe I'd get away with this. But by saying faggots are they're kind of rather bland. I think they're under-seasoned. I would have gone stronger on the pepper. I would have introduced a bit of garlic and a bit of chili. Faggots, they're quite crap, really. Now, can you see why I don't reach 1,700 subscribers? Every time I get to 16.99, I lose like 5 or 10 subscribers. I go back, I get to 16.99 and I drop back down to 16.90. It never. I think if you're going to say nigger and if you're going to say faggots in the same stream, you're probably going to lose a subscriber. There will be people here now watching, one of you 7, who will unsubscribe just because I said the words. Now, did I call anybody the words? Did I call anyone a faggot? I did not. Did I call anyone a nigger? I did not. Would I ever? It's very, very unlikely. I've admitted in the past that I did once. I had an Indian call center guy trying to scam me into, one of the obvious scams, and I said the words. Yeah, no, I said the words. It doesn't mean the same to them. They're not bothered. There are better words to use. You see, education's a marvelous thing. There are better words. There are better racist words to use against Indian people. But that's not what you called. Do I say nigger? Yes. Yes, I do. But it's situational. It's in context. We're talking about the N word. I find that childish, having to say the N word to step around someone else's pragmatic. The N word. I find that pathetic. It's childish. Do I call anybody that name? No, never, ever. Not in the last 10, 20 years, 15 years maybe. Before that, yes, I did once. I did call someone it once. But it was a scammer trying to fucking perpetrate a scam, I got angry and said the words. Yeah. Sometimes people deserve those epithets, but most of the time, not. But should you be able to use the word in discussing the word? I think so. For my part, I absolutely think so. If we want to discuss the word nigger, we should be able to say the word nigger. Isn't that it's how could we not? The N word. It's puerile. It's childish. It's nothing. Nigger, nigger, nigger. One day somebody will do a set of clips of me saying the word. I'm not saying it to be big and to be clever. I'm not. I just refuse to say the N word and couch around the subject. That's just not my way. I'm just not that guy. I'm not that guy. If you wanna hear someone else not say the word, then go listen to them. I'll say words. I will not have my speech be policed by anybody, anytime, anywhere. I don't think so. Never. I'll say the words. I'll say the words. It's just my way. I'm not a one for. I've had arguments with. I've stood and had full on fucking arguments with policemen, with council officials, with all sorts of officialdom about policing speech and policing behaviour. I've had people eject me from a nightclub and then tell me I can't stand on the street outside. And if I want to stand on the street and protest right outside their fucking nightclub after they've ejected me illegally or unfairly or however you want to put it, place it, phrase it, no, I'll just stand there. And the bouncer gets more and more and more annoyed, and I'm like, I'm happy. The more he gets annoyed, the happier I am. I just won't have my speech or my behavior policed in that way. Don't tell me where I can and can't be. I'm not inside your. Okay, you've rejected me from your nightclub. All right, or pub or whatever. Okay, I'm now not inside your nightclub. Don't tell me that I can't stand here 3 meters away from your nightclub. Why can I not? Why can I not stand here? I'm protesting against your fucking dickhead behavior. How is that not allowed? Don't tell me I can't be here. I can and I will and I do. I am that knobhead. And I will be that knobhead for the next 4 hours. Sometimes. Once upon a time. Okay, folks. I came live Sunday night, 10 o'clock. Where are we now? Hold on. It's 1:31. That means that we've done 3.5 hours. If I can do another 30 minutes to get to 4 hours, that means that people don't have to wait forever for the replay and all of the other goodness. See if we can just keep me talking for another half an hour. How does that work? I will read comments because I know there are a couple that I didn't see, especially my mate. I was going to say platypus, but Platos pupil. Hold on. Aristotle was taken. They can be shitty. Was it your curry? I made a curry the other day. Did bars in Spain 6 to 7 is standard? Did bars in Spain 6 to 7 is standard? I got no. Oh, hold on. 12 is a fair measure. Nice. I'm not even following the conversation, mate. I'm keeping going. Isn't there a place close by WHP? Is there a place close by? Where you can top up your phone? Not for me. Not that I know about locally, but I've got my own solar panels, so my phone for power, electricity, I can top up here. There's a shop. There is a shop where I can go if I need to top up. If something goes wrong and the automatic top up doesn't happen, I can go down the shop. And I'm on the verge, I'm on the cusp of doing that. Paying 15 euros down the shop instead of 18.5 euros with this system, what's it called? I go through a website and they charge me an amount, and then PayPal charges me an amount, and then there's a top up, and then there's an excess, and then there's some other fee. And so instead of paying 15 euros, it's costing me 18.5, nearly 19 actually. It's a right royal pain in the ass. But what annoys me more, this is your money. The donation, everything I spend is from my donors, my donators, my donators is not a word, my donors. And the fact that I'm paying 18.5 to renew a 15 euro contract each month pisses me right off. Yeah. I could so at midnight it would lapse, and at 11 in the morning when the shop opens down the road, I could go and pay the 15. But there's 10.5 hours, 11 hours of no internet. I get cut off. Shit happens. Yeah. I've got my obviously narcissist thing. But it tends to be like a Sunday night or whatever, or it did. It was a Sunday night. It's not anymore. I think it's a Wednesday now somehow. The idea of being cut off for 10 hours though doesn't, in the modern world, that doesn't sit right with me. Not just in the modern world, but with the amount I'm paying. Why am I paying this much and getting a cut off? Who the fuck are you? What are you? Why are you? No. Just freaking no. Let me scroll. I am scrolling. Where can you top up your phone? Now, there's a shop, like I said, it's a shop down the road. It's actually a Finnish business centre. I think Finlandia. I think so. Haven't been online a while. Good. good to you have a freezer. Oh, I guess good to hear you have a freezer. Did I hear that right? Nice one. Yeah, it's a camping fridge freezer. So way back I had a cool box, and that didn't really work out very well. This is a fridge. It has a proper compressor, so it's a similar kind of size. It's taller but thinner, but it's got a proper compressor. It will go down to like minus 20 degrees easily during a day. I set it to minus 20 or minus 15, something like that, and it says it's at minus 10 or 15 through the day. It's not really. The thermometer is different from the actual core temperature. So it says it's minus 15, you turn it off, and after like half an hour, it says it's like minus 5 or minus 4, and then it takes it longer to get to the to 0 or thereabouts. But yeah, it's that kind of thing. If you had enough power and if you ran it long enough, it probably would be minus 15 overall. But it's minus 15 in a spot, but for just a while, and then when you turn it off, it levels out at 0. It's like so it pretends to be a deep freezer, but it's more of a fridge really, and that's how I use it. I pretty much have a 12-pack of beer in one corner, and you know, over the course of 2 or 3 days, the 12 beers get drunk. Oh, I missed. Oh, there's a little fly on the light. So yeah, no, I'll buy a 12-pack of beer, and it'll take 2 or 3 days to get drunk. I know people have this idea that I'm like a raging alky, and I like to keep them apprised and reassure them that yes, I am. It's a thing. I think 12 beers over 3 days, I think that counts as a raging alky, yeah? Is that right? I think so. And then my friend Tom he goes and really screws things up by bringing me a bottle of rum. I think before that, my friend Mark, his family had been buying the packets of cigarettes, and they'd been collecting the quarter bottles and third bottles of whiskey, brandy, and the other one, whiskey, brandy, clear, potato, vodka. If you were Russian. So I have various friends who help me out at various times with yeah, I think I said a couple of weeks ago, I suddenly ended up with 3 bottles of wine, didn't I? One of them's, hold on. Can you see that? No, you can't. It's about here. About halfway up, the wine is still in the bottle. I do my best to reinforce when people suggest that I'm some sort of raging alky. I do my best to reinforce the stereotype. Tramp in a field, therefore, must be a fucking drunkard. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? It's obvious. Unless you know me, and you come here and you know I'm not a drunkard, but that's such a small proportion of you. This video will be watched by like hundreds of people, and 3 or 4 of you have been here in the field and met me. What can I do? So I will do my best. Usually, I'll do my best to say cheers with rum in a glass. Or pick up the wine from down there. Or have one of the 12 cans of beer here. I have a reputation to maintain. Oh, and then there's my hater channel as well, isn't there, folks? I forget about him. He still didn't come down for the fight, did he? He keeps saying how he's going to come down and he's going to beat the shit out of me and knock me into the sea. Hey, Oscar. I'm waiting. My dance is still here. Where's yours? I've had a 2-hour stand-up fist fight with someone in this field. Of the 30 rounds of boxing that we had, I won 30. I'm undefeated in this field. You want to come and give it a go? Let's dance. Mutual combat is allowed by law when 2 people agree to it. Let's do it. You keep saying on your channel with your 5 supporters, with your 5 supporters. You've had 6 months now and you've got 5 subscribers. But you keep threatening me. Ultrink paratus. Look it up. Ready for anything. Okay. I can't just stare at a camera forever because gay boy thinks he wants to fight. In his caravan. Okay, folks, let's drink. Cheers to you guys that are here and supporting me right now. That you're with me Sunday into Monday. Thumbs ups are always welcome, folks, if you didn't already. I like to try and hit 20. I also like to try and do 4 hours because, hold on, that's a YouTube thing. Okay. That's a YouTube thing whereby the chat and everything gets post-processed and all the different resolutions of the video get produced. If I hit 4 hours, everything's available within 15-20 minutes, and anyone who's arrived late can go back and watch earlier. If we don't hit that, if we don't make 4 hours, if let's say I stop on 3.5 hours, it'll be like 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon before it's all available to watch. I got no idea how I've gibbered on this long. I gibber jabber. That's just kind of how it is. I have no idea how I even do this. YouTuberism. Back in the day, I was the quiet, shy guy in the corner of the pub. I'd be like sat in the table in the corner and everything would be going on around and maybe a fight would happen or some shit would happen. Every now and again I'd step forward and I'd step in to stop trouble or help stop trouble or try and stop trouble. But I was the quiet guy in the corner. If someone pulled out a camera, I hide. I move away. I get out of shot. How I ended up as a guy talking to a camera for 4 hours on the internet, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I know that I'm no good at it. I mean that I'm not claiming to be some kind of fucking super genius. I'm not Asmongold or Tectone or whoever. Moist Critical, Mr. Beast. I'm not. I'm not one of those blokes. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why that happened. But I'm glad it happened because without asking for money, I get money. I guess it's not even fair to say, it's not even true to say without asking for money. I do ask for money. When I pin, I haven't got, it's not here tonight. I'm okay for the next week because I've had good donations. But I haven't got the pinned comment at the top saying, please come to PayPal and pay me. Or however that might be worded. I don't even know how that's worded. Yeah. I know that in a way I'm a beggar. E-beggar. You might call it an e-beggar. I think people would call it an e-beggar. I'm much more comfortable with that than just being a beggar. I don't just stand outside the supermarket saying kind of bonjour or buenos dias. Buenos dias, buenos dias, amiga, buenos dias, buenos dias. With a cap on the floor. I did that once. Really wasn't for me. Would I do it? Yeah, if I was desperate, if I was like dying with no money, yeah, of course I would. Yeah. But is it me? Is it me? No, it's not me. It's not me. Not if I can avoid it. Not if I can do things a different way. Now, we can have these discussions. We can sit here. We can talk. It's not that I'm saying I'm better than that. I'm no better than that. This This is that. If I'd not had so many donations on Sunday, I would have there would be a tagline at the top here saying, pay me on PayPal, donate to me via PayPal. That would be there at the top of the screen. I didn't put it there today because I've done okay, and I'm doing okay, and I've got enough money for now. But I'm not above it. I'm not better than that. I don't understand what entertainment I provide. I don't fully understand why you guys are even here. I'm a tramp in a field. I like to try and provide some kind of education each week. Today is particularly lacking in that direction. We haven't gone off into science and into into things, Alzheimer's and batteries and space, and we haven't done any of that. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. But I'm not. I don't understand what do I give you? Why are you here? To me, it's a bit of a conundrum. I'm just a bloke in a field. I'm just a tramp in a tent. I thank you and I love you all. I'm whether you're a donor, a sponsor, or not. Just the fact that you're here is great. It is. It is. Do I understand why you're here? No. Perhaps you can help me understand why. But for me and for now, I yeah. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Let me have a look at the clock. I gotta go. It's 1:54. Okay. Hold on. That was Josie and Peter saying, "How's the weather?" Let me scroll. Is a chat? Let's probably chat. How come they can legalize literally anyone over 500,000 people so far who can prove they were here since before December last year? Surely you're entitled to help, to government help, my man, or do you not? No. So in terms of the legalization that they're doing with people, you have to have no criminal record, and they manufactured a criminal record for me, so that puts that out. In terms of food and other, the Spanish bureaucracy, to even get like a food bank and do all that stuff, massive amounts. You need 5 different bits of paper. So you have to start off and you go around these 5 different places to get these different bits of paper. And if by day number 30 you've not got all 5, and they make it difficult to get them all. If you haven't got them all, and day 5, like, you got to go back around again for all 5. You got to go get all 1, 2. You got to have all 5 within 30 days, and it's, from what I understand and from what I've seen with previous friends, uh, my friend is like a native speaker. He speaks it well like a native. That's what I was saying. And no, he started the process just to get the Red Cross charity. So not a government thing, just to get a charity thing. But he had to get 5 different bits of paper. And then when we went down there that day, I think I've said this, it was all Abdul's. And they were all in BMWs and Mercedes. It was BMW, Mercedes, all the way down the road. It was all BMWs and Mercedes. And the guy just sits behind the wheel and he sends the wife in. She's inside the letterbox, G-Hab, or I don't remember what they call them, but she's inside the letterbox. Her and the kids go inside and they take the shopping trolleys, the old lady shopping trolleys, and 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 they start packing the Mercedes. It was a wonder to behold. My friend went. He'd taken 1 shopping trolley down, and he got more food than he got. We were carrying back 2 bags of food each, and the shopping trolley, the old lady shopping trolley. This was now. This is once he'd got his paperwork in order and he'd done the 5 different bits of paperwork. Away we went. But everyone else, they were filling up fucking Mercedes Benzes. And that's not a joke. That's not kidding. They were literally Mercedes and BMWs. The road was just, why the Spanish people or the Spanish government or whoever's funding the Red Cross, why they're paying good money to give it away to people who own BMWs and Mercedes Benzes. I've got no fucking idea. But that's, me and my friends stood there, and that's what we stood amongst. I got no dog in this race. I'm not being racist. I'm not. But why? You stood outside a charity like a food bank that's giving away, food. Why are you giving away free food to people who own a Mercedes Benz and BMWs? Make them sell that shit. They could sell that shit for 30 grand and buy all the food they need. They don't need government help and charity help. Why are you donating your hard-earned money to rich people? Makes you wonder. Doesn't it? And I'm not being racist. I'm describing an actual thing. It's not about what colour the skin was of the person inside the BMW. It's about the fact that a person in the BMW is getting charity. How? Why? The road is full of BMWs and Mercedes outside the fucking food bank. The Red Cross food bank. Why? Listen, if Abdul had turned up on foot with an old lady shopping trolley like the rest of us, no problem at all. If Abdul needs food, Abdul gets food. But if Abdul sat behind the fucking steering wheel of a BMW and he's just sending the wife and kids in to go and get the food, to load up the BMW, am I the only one that thinks that's a little bit weird? Is it me? It could be. I might be a racist prig. It's entirely possible that I'm just a racist bastard. I accept the possibility. The road was full of BMWs and Mercs. All black. There wasn't a car there that wasn't black. They were all BMWs and Mercs. Hey, babe. Hey. Where are we going? Oh, hold on. I got you. I've uncovered you. It's okay. I'm entirely open to the possibility that it's me that's the racist. I'm open to it, I just don't think it's true. Oh, look at this. The eco flow has fallen right into the bed. Hold on. Here we go. How many of you have not seen an eco flow? Let me introduce you to an eco flow if you've not seen it before. Hold on. I'm gonna go that way and I'm gonna put here we go. I'll turn the camera on. Okay. Now this is my old eco flow. Okay, folks. Here's a USB socket. And another USB socket. USB-A. This is one of the more modern. This is USB-C in the middle. Gives about 60 watts, something like that maximum. This is a 12 volt, what I would call cigarette lighter socket. A car distribution power port, I believe, is now the modern vernacular. But here's the main deal. That's a proper plug. That's a European plug. 220 volts. 18 amps, I think. Is it 18 or 13? Whatever it is. That's a proper socket. Does all the things. I have a limit of, hold on, 600. 300 watts is the normal limit, and then there's a switch I can throw that makes it be 600 watts. It's not enough to run some things. So air fryers and things I can run, but not. I apologize. No, air fryers I can't run. What can I run? Slow cookers. I can run slow cookers and things. Slow cookers, but not air fryers. That went bad when I just tried this week. But these, the EcoFlow, this brand EcoFlow, they're my darling. I absolutely fucking love them, and I've just acquired a second one. This was the first one of these that I acquired, but I got a second one a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, they rule my life. Managing power in and power out and all of the things. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Let me scroll. I think there's a couple of messages I've missed. Aristotle is right. Clever dude. Yeah, okay. I'm a clever dude. Yeah. You'd be surprised how clever I am. Did bars in Spain 6 to 7 is standard? I didn't know. I don't know what that meant. 12 is a fair measure. Nice. Isn't there a place close by WHP where you can top up your phone? So my mate, God. My mate Joby, we'll call him Joby. I'll leave it at that. It's kind of a nickname, but he there is a place he can go, and he can plug in for an hour, maybe two, while he sits there, and yeah, it's not. So with me and my disabled dog, we don't get out much. We don't go far. When we do move around, it's mainly just for her ablutions. It's just for her. I can't remember the last time I went anywhere with Tina that wasn't just about her ablutions. We haven't gone. I've got friends who want me to go to Tweeties for fish and chips. I have to go and do that at some point. I owe friends at least one of those. One trip to Tweeties. I'm concerned that the hill and Tina, now that her front legs are giving way under her, I'm concerned about trying to drag her up that big hill and over the hill when her legs aren't even there. That's a caution. That's a thing. That's a thing I worry about. Don't I, babe? We want to go to Tweeties, don't we? Because Daddy loves Tweeties. Daddy loves fish and chips at Tweeties. I just don't want to be dragging, and I mean physically. I don't want to be physically dragging Tina up and over the hill. What do you do? I'm not sure what you do. I'm not sure what you do. Try and walk it and just hope you don't end up dragging her. Oh, I don't know. I know the staff there will love us. I know that they will give us a bonus and that they will help. You know, I know how great the people there will be. It's how to get there. How to get there. Not sure that we know at the minute. Not sure how we know how to get there. I've been saying that for about 3, 4, 5. It might be 4 or 5 months now. I think it's from before Christmas. When was the last time we went, Tina? We have actually been to Tweeties. It's the going back. It's the putting off. It's the yeah. Not sentimentality, but it is a sentiment. It is how to wipe it off. How to wipe it off the bundle, the yeah. No, we gotta be careful. Okay, folks, I am falling asleep right in front of you. Haven't been online a while. Good to know you have a freezer. Did I hear that right? Yeah, I have a freezer. Yeah, fridge freezer, a camping fridge freezer. It's not a. I actually had the option of buying an actual proper stand-up fuck off, you know, fridge freezer. I could have gone that route. But the power requirements would have been tremendous. Wow. So I found it better to go with a picnic, you know, like a camping fridge freezer, something you got out of your car. It is a proper compressor. It has a proper compressor, so it is real in terms of fridge freezeriness. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, folks. The time is. Let me get the. No, not 2:14. So I've been online 4.25 hours. I have been gibbering a bit. I have been a little bit tired. I'm especially the last half hour probably. I apologise if I've been a bit boring, but I'm gonna call it quits here or hereabouts. Tina, are you awake? I'm gonna see whether my girl's here. She moved when I just told her. Give me a second. Hey babe. Hey babe. There's Tina girl. You see her? Okay, folks. From Tina, whoever she is. And from me, Delta Mike. That didn't work. And from me, Delta Mike. Out. Catch you later, guys.